Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video we are going to be doing a little DIY project. Miley, what DIY project are we doing today? Thank you so much for asking. If you couldn't tell by my wall or by all the tote bags that I have in my hand, I have a slight obsession at the moment, and if you know me, I have a slight shopping, hoarding, thrifting problem on top of all of that. And as many of us may know, factories that make clothing and tote bags are definitely not safe for the environment. So turning all of these problems into one sustainable solution, I decided to make a cute little tote bag out of a shirt that I no longer wear. So for the tote bag, it really doesn't need to be like a button-up shirt like I use. It could be a regular shirt, long sleeve shirt. It doesn't even have to be a shirt. It could be a sweatshirt, pants, anything. So in this video, I'll be walking you step by step on how I made this little number. So without further ado, let's get started. Hey guys, editing Miley, just making a quick appearance because I realized I didn't tell you what you guys needed for this project. So what you're gonna need is material to turn into a tote bag, shirt, hoodie, pants, whatever you like, a sewing machine, because hand sewing is gonna be very difficult to do, markers, ruler, scissors, pins, and if necessary, a helping hand to help you with this project because I didn't know how to use a sewing machine, so I brought my dad in. So if you see some random hands, those are my dad's hands. So yeah, back to present day Miley. Okay, so the first thing I did was turn the shirt inside out, so the design is on the outside and the seams are hidden on the inside when the product is finished. So I just took a Harry's House tote bag, which was roughly 15 by 15 inches, if you want to use the same dimensions that I did, and I just traced it, and then I stapled the shirt layers close so it'll be easier to cut, and so the sizes will be exactly the same. So next I will be taking the material that I did not use for the body of the tote bag, and I will be cutting two strips that are roughly about 6 by 3 inches to make the straps of the tote bag, and these pieces will be making two straps. So I'll just be sewing one of the edges shut with the print on the inside, and then I will be drawing two lines roughly 1.5 inches away from the edge, and I'll be just sewing down the middle to create just two straight lines, and then I'll be cutting roughly 1/2 inch away from the seam that I just made in order to create two separate straps. And then you will also be flipping these inside out, which may take a while. Okay, and then next I am going to actually be sewing the body of the tote bag. So to do this, you will just be sewing the two sides and the bottom of the tote bag. Obviously you're not going to be sewing the top, or else you'll be sewing the tote bag shut, which defeats the whole purpose. So also, side note, if you don't know how to use a sewing machine, I am so sorry. I will not be explaining how to use a sewing machine in this video because I personally learned how to use a sewing machine today, which is why my dad is sitting right next to me helping me through this process. But after, you'll be sewing the top opening maybe 1/2 inch and pinning it down to just make a clean seam. All of this part is like optional, but personally my dad and I think it has a really nice finish to it, just so the edges aren't raw at the top, and it'll also help make sure that the edges don't fray if you use this bag often. So you just sew around the entirety of the opening, and yeah. Okay, so next we're gonna figure out where we want our straps. So for my tote bag that I made, I measured 2 inches in and marked it on each side, on the front and the back of the bag, since the straps will be going on both sides. And I just pinned those on so it'll stay secure when I sew them. And for when I actually sewed them, I did 2 stitches So when we fold it over, I use that as a guide. So I did one right at the top of the fold and then right at the bottom of the fold. So it'll just make sure the straps are extra secure. And after you sew both straps on, you're completely done with your bag and you just made a sustainable tote bag out of an old shirt or item of clothing. Yay, good job! You slayed so hard. So here's the final product, as you saw in the beginning of the video. But for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna do POV. I'm at the beach with my friends and I'm doing a what's in my bag haul. Here's what's in my bag haul. I have a bathing suit, beach towel, a disposable camera, a digital camera, a water bottle, and then there's also like a little bit more room if you want to put like a book, sunscreen, anything like that in the bag. But like I said in the video, you can make the bag any size you like, but honestly I think the 15 by 15 works pretty well. Like I could fit a lot in there, but yeah, it works. In all seriousness, the purpose of this video was to show you guys a sustainable alternative to purchasing tote bags or just excess amounts from the textile industry as a whole, as it produces a lot of pollution, from ground pollution, water pollution, to even air pollution, all of the above. The textile companies produce a lot of greenhouse gases which contribute to global warming, as well as toxic chemicals that can severely harm us and our planet as a whole. There's an estimated 92 million tons of textile waste that are produced annually from these companies and often end up in our local landfills, which is a major problem. Also, the textile mills produce 1/5 of the industrial water pollution in the world, which is a very big problem. Fast fashion is one of today's biggest problems for our environment, and by reusing and upcycling our clothes, we are able to help save the planet one hot girl, boy, person tote bag at a time, and restore our earth to its health. But that's all I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!